This is Afton, who's challenged me to build the entire Fnaf sister location map in just 24 hours. Let the challenge begin. Okay, so this location map is comprised of several rooms, such as the Circus control room, the breaker room, and parts and service. So I decided to split it into 3 sections. Okay, we've got a lot of building to do, so let's start with the elevator. It is quite a round design with some pipes, buttons, and windows on each side. So I started with a round base, built up the walls with some of these macaroni bricks, and added the windows on each side. And to spice it up, I added these assemblies and pipes on each side for extra detail. We can't forget Mike. I've got to say, he's one of the best parts of the map, even if he gets everyone's names wrong. In the game, you can press the buttons to open the doors, and I wanted to recreate that in Lego. So I grabbed a bunch of bricks and gear pieces to create this mechanism. So when you turn this knob, both of the doors should open at the same time. Right now, this door literally leads nowhere, so we gotta build the next section. From here, you can check on the animatronics, or crawl through the vents to reach the other sections. I started with quite a large base, then covered it in tiles with some wedge plates to give it a worn down look. I also bought a huge amount of these grill bricks, as they're great for adding texture to the build. And Mike helped out voluntarily. Yeah, for sure. Using a sideways building technique, I added a panel featuring some sharp angles and a blue tile as the cherry on top. Moving back, I added a mechanism which uses a sharp blade piece and a couple gears, which can be turned to spin the fan. Mike, just make sure to be careful near this thing. I then made these drawers control panels with 2 buttons and some pipes to fill out the interior. After all that building, I think I'll take a quick nap.
I guess you forgot about me.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to add the roof. I think I'll use some of these window panels, a couple grill bricks, corner bricks, and hinges so I can fold it over. Up next is the Circus control room, and in the game there's these large windows, a control console, and quite a few mechanical details. I started with a couple rounded plates, added some grill pieces for some texture, a chair in the middle for Mike, and made a few canisters for each side. Using a bunch of these macaroni bricks, I built up the walls and made the console with quite a few of these printed tiles. Now he's chilling. To create the windows, I used a bunch of these glass pieces, added some multicolored lights along the top and these panels on each side. Moving forward, it's Circus Baby's stage. Because this location isn't actually shown in the game, I got to be a little bit more creative with a round black base, a red carpet down the middle, then made some equipment such as this microphone stand and these 2 speakers, and finished off with a couple studs on each side. And we can't forget the star of the show. By using these modified bricks, I was able to add quite a few lights at the back, which helped showcase Circus Baby. We gotta make sure she isn't able to escape. So I used macaroni bricks and plenty of window panels to finish it off. And with that, the first section has just been completed. We've only got 9 hours remaining, so let's start with section 2. This is where the security guard has to cross with fear of being jump scared by Funtime Foxy. I created the base with a bunch of these wedge plates and features checkered tiles on the floor, a small stage for Foxy, and some pipes for extra detail. Hey Mike, wanna check out the show? Hell no, just look at that guy. He looks like a terrible singer. Come closer, I don't bite. I think I'm good, thanks. To finish it off, I used grill bricks for the walls and grabbed a few of these hinge plates to help give it an angled look. Up next, it's parts and service. Because they only showed this room briefly, I decided to base it off the originals. I started by grabbing a bunch of these 1x1 tiles to create the base. Keep up the good work and make sure to add a tool rack over there. Using these grey bricks and quite a few plates, I built up the walls and added a checkered pattern throughout. And by using hinge bricks, I'm able to create a section which opens up and features some lights and a large window. William wanted a bunch of tools, so we've got a hammer, a spanner, wrench, drill, oil can, and made this chainsaw to finish it off. Hopefully they're used for their intended purpose. Hey, a little help here. These robots are crazy. I had to complete a maths test, so we're running low on time. And it looks like we're on section 3 with Ballora's gallery. To create the base, I used a bunch of these wedge plates and grey tiles, then built her stage using some black and purple pieces, and made this power generator featuring some buttons and dials, and made sure it's animatronic resistant. Time is running out, so let's get to building the breaker room. This is where you're sent to reset all the systems, and apparently Funtime Freddy just chills in there. To start off, I created an 8x16 base and added one of these texture plates on top, a bunch of these grill pieces to add more detail, and a place for Freddy to chill at the the back. Then added quite a few of these canisters, a control panel in the middle with a printed console, and a lever because it looks cool. They made it quite a dark room in the game, so I decided to use these massive dark grey panels for the walls. And finished it off with a bunch of these bendy hose pieces. Looks like I've only got an hour remaining, so let's check out the figures. No FNAF attraction is complete without the main stars of the show, which are the new and improved Funtime animatronics, such as Funtime Freddy with his puppet Bonbon, Funtime Foxy who always seems to be running, Ennard, and of course Circus Baby. And we've also got Michael and Elizabeth Afton who seem to be enjoying the show. We've also got Lolbit. I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard of this character before. And with that, the entire map has just been completed. I've got to say it's way bigger than I would have expected and cost quite a lot of money. We've got the elevator, the primary control module, the circus gallery, parts and service, and even the breaker room. There's also a massive selection of minifigures with quite a few animatronics and William Afton's family. Anyways, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.